Hello, Etsy sellers. Today I am taking a request from the eRank subreddit, which is eRank community, for a shop/listing critique that is a video one versus a text-based one. If that's something that you might be interested in, make sure to check out our subreddit every Sunday when we post a thread looking for critiques. We love doing them because we love helping sellers and love showing how eRank can help you improve your online business. So today I am looking at a request for a shop that I've already pulled up to save us some time. So what I'm going to do is do an overall critique of the shop, and then I'm going to do a little digging into one of their listings and see if there are any things that we could suggest that might be some areas for improvement. So let's get started. So I have the shop, which is Rainbow Print Gifts, and I'm going to pull it up right here. So this is the shop. So first off, I love that the logo matches the banner. Let's see, family crest, coat of arms, heraldry, prints, cards, gifts. It seems a little wordy. Maybe we could niche that down a little bit or kind of condense it a bit. Let's see, you have a picture of you over here, which is great. Recent shop announcement, which is always great if I expand it. I would add some spacing in between each of these little paragraph areas. Just add an extra space just to break it up a little bit. It's very smushed all together and it looks like a lot of information. Thank you for visiting our shop. Here's some discounts. We specialize in stuff. Okay, awesome, great. All right, so let's scroll down and take a look at the items. Featured items. So let's see. I do like that they have very centered photos with the same type of background. Everything kind of has a nice little flow to it. I will say that for some of them, maybe like this card one, it might be a little difficult for somebody to read that if they're on mobile. I would see about maybe zooming in a little if you want to. That's an option. Let's see. Let's go up to your shop sections. So it looks like you have a lot of different things in here. You've got Halloween stuff. You've got Easter stuff. Family coats of arms. Job and hobbies. Your photos on gifts. T-shirts. It seems like you have a lot of different things going on here. And based on your shop title, which says family crest or coats of arms or heraldry, I wouldn't expect to see things like these bunnies here or space planet stuff here. If having lots of different things is working for your shop, that's great and it works for you. But I almost think you might be going a little too broad here. So I would think either try to really stick to what you have listed here at the top, or broaden your scope a little bit, but try to have some sort of cohesion here between your items. For example, the space stuff doesn't really match with the t-shirts. And then you've got a lot of like pet dog things here. You've got other rainbowy things, a pineapple, Christmas stuff. I'm seeing a lot of different kinds of things here. So I would take a look at what's working for your shop, what's selling for your shop, and then maybe see about maybe niching down a little bit or specializing more in whatever's selling best for your shop. So let's go to the About section. So for your About section, I would say the same thing. Add in some spaces here. And I would have this more about you and your brand and your story versus just, it looks a lot like it's just copy and pasted from the shop announcement. It's the same kind of thing, just saying what you offer. This should be more of a what inspires you, how do you come up with ideas, like what you do in your spare time, that kind of thing. And then your photos, they look like they're cropped a little odd. here, and it's just more product photos. This should be a space where you're telling your story as a maker. So have a picture of you with your tablet or iPad or whatever you do creating things, or a picture of you next to a display of your items, or maybe how you package things up in-house for shipping. People just want to get a sense of who you are as a person and a maker. And this is the space to do that. Same thing with down here where you have your shop member section. It's not really filled out. It just has your name. So you definitely want to add the picture, add in a little bit about you, that kind of stuff. I see you have lots of links down here. So let's see. So then you're also missing, it doesn't quite look like all your shop policies are filled out, and you don't have an FAQ section. Both Etsy and buyers tend to favor shops that have these filled out. So I would definitely take a little bit of time and get those filled out for your shop. So let's pick a listing to look into. So I kind of already pre-picked one. You mentioned in your Reddit comment that you had a mum one, and you wanted to kind of get a look at that. So I pulled up this World's Best Mom Coaster, and I am going to use the eRank extension, browser extension, and it's going to give me some info about this listing. So it looks like we don't have any sales for it yet, and it's been around for over a year. So definitely, if you don't have any sales, it's definitely okay to tweak this one for sure. Let's see what you're using for tags. So for tags for this one, personalized coaster. So you definitely have some repetition in here, and I do see some unnecessary repetition. So for matching on Etsy, for query matching, there's broad matching and exact matching. So broad matching is when Etsy takes all the words in your title and tags and attributes and mixes them all up and just pulls bits. And so you could rank for logo gift, even though they're not next to each other, because they're both words that are in your listing. Exact matching is if somebody were to type in message on coaster, your listing would rank because it has message on coaster all together in one tag. This will also apply if that was one phrase within your title. If you have exactly the phrase or the keyword that the buyer typed in, you'll rank slightly higher for an exact match. But because of broad matching, there isn't a need to repeat the same term over and over and over and over and over again, unless you're trying to exact match every single time you use it, which in this instance, I'm assuming is not the case. A lot of these keywords have very low search volumes, so you don't need to have coaster in there so many times. You might want to look into synonyms like drink pad or kitchen decor or table saver, other ways that you can describe coaster. And then also I'm seeing you have world's best mom, and then the next tag is best mom. So because you already have best mom in world's best mom, you don't need to repeat it again because you'll still exact match for it, even if it's in a tag with another word on the front or the back. Same thing with gift for mom and gift for mom coaster. The gift for mom is repetitive, and it's exceptionally repetitive because you have the same exact phrase pasted into the next one with just a word on either side. So you could definitely do some condensing within your tags here and do a little bit of keyword research to see what other terms you might want to use. You know, let's just do it right now. Let's just do some keyword research right now. Let's go in. I'm going to close the extension for now. And we're going to go to the keyword tool, and we're going to look up coaster. And we're going to see if we can get some inspiration. All right. So scroll down a little bit. So here's where we can find some other coaster ideas. We can also go into the top listings for coaster and see if there's any tags that they're using that would be good synonyms or other terms that we might want to add to our own listing. It looks like there's lots of different kinds of coasters in here. But I'm seeing a couple things such as barware or coffee table accessory, things such as that. Like, what other uses would this have other than just being a coaster? It could be used for decor. It can be used for a coffee bar accessory. It can be used for maybe a camper or an RV, or maybe in your home office. So try to add in a wider variety of terms so that Etsy has more chances to match you with broad searches. So one other tool that I'm going to use here, I'm going to use the eRank shortcut button. And if I'm on a listing on Etsy and I click it, it's going to bring me to a listing audit for this listing. So I'm going to be able to see a lot more information than I did with just the extension. The extension is great for broad overviews though, or if you're doing a lot of research quickly. So if I scroll down here, it's going to show me the visible portion of the title on a computer. It's going to be a little different for mobile, or if people have things zoomed in or out, but it's a general sense. So you want to try to put your best, most important superstar keywords there first. And with your title, birthdays, comma, Mother's Day, comma, lovely gift for your mom. It's a little choppy. I would see if you could try to use phrases instead that make it sound more like it's written for a person to read instead of a computer. So you could say lovely birthday gift for your mom, and that would get birthday into that longer keyword here for you. Then we go down and it has the tags again. So I do see here that you have Christmas as the holiday. This is not an item that would fall under the Christmas attribute. You want to save holiday attributes for listings that are specific for that holiday. So if this was a Christmas tree that said World's Best Mom, Merry Christmas, that would be a Christmas item. If it had lots of hearts on it and said, Happy Valentine's Day, Mom, I love you, that would be a Valentine's Day item. This pink coaster is not a Christmas item, so I would remove that attribute. You don't get penalized for not filling in attributes. They do count as bonus tags, but Etsy themselves say only use them if they're relevant. Because if somebody types in Christmas coaster and your listing pops up because it has Christmas as an attribute, buyers are probably going to scroll right past it because it doesn't look like a Christmas coaster. That isn't what they're actually searching for. So you want to try to stick away from just filling it in because it's there. Only use it if it's really relevant. Looks like you've got materials. So Canon printer isn't going to be a material. Maybe the ink would be a material. And then glossy white coasters. But what is the coaster actually made of? Does it have a cork bottom? Is it more like a plastic on the top? Is it absorbent at all? What is it actually made of? That would be something to put in the materials. Scrolling down a little bit. So now I can see the description. And again, I would see about putting some spaces, extra paragraph spaces, just to break this up a little bit because it's a very large chunk of text. So I would see about that. Let's see. You can put personalization requests into the box on the order form. Did this have one? Let's check. Where did that one go? It does have it. Okay. Okay, so personalized any wording. So I do see within the listing, you only really have one photo and then a shop logo photo graphic. So I would get more photos in here. I can see that this is probably a mock-up, but I would try to get more in here. People want to visualize themselves using it, so maybe having it on a table or with somebody putting a drink on it. You do seem to have a lot of coasters in your shop. So one thing you could do is you could order a sample one of whatever print you want and take a video of you using it or holding it up next to a ruler would be great because there's no sense of scale here. And then you could put a little disclaimer, other coasters available in my shop or something to that effect. And then you could use the same video for all the listings that you have coasters for. That would be a really good way to show size because I'm looking at this could be any size. This could be 3x3 or this could be 10x10. I have no idea just by looking at it what size it is. And then, because you only have really one photo, you're not really giving people a sense of like how thick is it or like what maybe different phrases would say. It is personalized, but what other things could someone get on there? Give people some ideas so that if they are going to order it, then they have some more ideas. And then yeah, just back to the description. Ships out. Doesn't ship to the US. That's okay. Yeah, so those would be my suggestions for this listing and for your shop as a whole. And I hope that this was useful, and best of luck on your Etsy journey.